Hello, hello, how's it going, everybody? And welcome to our little Friday breakdown for this week. Hope everybody's doing okay. We're just starting the stream, waiting for people to come in, and we'll get going for this week's artist breakdown. I'm pretty excited for it. Yeah, hopefully everybody's having a chill day, nice weekend coming up. I will say it's cold as hell in Montreal now, though. Very cold. I do not enjoy it. It's just way too cold, honestly. It was like fucking 0 yesterday or something. God damn, it was. I was walking out there, my Arab ass just fucking. My North African, Egyptian Sahara desert ass just walking around fucking shaking. Looking like I'm trying to fucking be one of those old school, like 2000 hip hop dancers. You know what I'm talking about. If you don't know, just go search like how to like robot shake, like YouTube, like dancing. And you'll see like weird fucking videos from back like 2008 or some shit. Yeah, hopefully everybody's doing good today. I'm gonna be looking at some amazing art. An artist that I'm legit. I've been talking to this artist for a while in spaces and stuff. I gotta say, Twitter spaces are actually very nice. They're like, I they're akin to like the old, like the 16th, well, not the 16th century, but like the 17th century and 19th century, like painted um uh artist salons and all that jazz, where like artistic discourse and political discourse happens and stuff, and it's very nice. Yeah, we'll wait 2 more minutes and then we'll get going. For now, I guess I'll turn up the music a little bit, I'll go silent, and then I'll be back in 2 minutes. All right, let's get it going. Again, everybody, welcome to the the Friday artist breakdown for this week. I am very happy. Well, actually, hold up. Let me get my little, little thing. Hello, it is I, Anubis3100, your host of these art streams. if you here, I gotta take the starting soon off. But if you want to get in contact with me, either tag me in the Metakey Discord and the Duat Residency channel, and I'll respond to you there, or tag me on Twitter at Anubis3100. And if you just want to like get in contact with me and just follow what I do, just give me a follow over there, and I'm pretty responsive to those who tag me, so I'll definitely respond to you, and yeah. But anyways, for this week, we're going to be looking at the work of a really great artist who just joined the space a few months ago. Well, not a few months ago. He's been around for maybe a year now, we're gonna be looking at the work of Terrell Jones, um, a really great artist in this space. He's about to drop a project, but I've just been a fan of their work for quite some time, and just through talking to them, that's them, um, and that's their art digital works. I'm already gonna just retweet that, but it's it's actually their work is quite good, and so they've been minting on Foundation. I don't know if they've minted on anywhere else. Yeah, just Foundation. Oh, unknown origin. Oh my cat, my cat be scurrying. I guess the Foundation, the known origin link doesn't work, but it's the tungsten mark Metakey thing. But so we're gonna be looking mainly at his works in Foundation, because when I first got introduced to his work, I saw this one right here, and so we're gonna be looking at this. We're gonna be looking at quite a few. Because I really do quite like the work. It's quite nice work, and so I guess we'll start looking just through joy. It's because it's the piece that introduced me to his work, and I think it's one of his successful pieces, one of his most successful pieces. No joke. So we'll go ahead and read the description real quick. So this work explores black joy and wonder in art, and so one of my favorite things about Terrell is just how his work is just essentially utilizing the depiction of black bodies and black people in scenarios that we haven't seen in ever, really, right? And it's not like sort of the weird like comic thing where it's like, oh, we got a new like like a black Batman or a black Batwoman. No, it's more of like the sense of, the childlike awe that we have towards these characters, right? That you never see yourself in it because there's sort of like, differences of skin tone and such, and so to put yourself in the same image as Batman, right? That just shows you that you're a change in the public view is happening, and also an identity is slowly being formed, right? Low-key, my favorite thing about this is because I'm able to see myself in this picture, right? Looking at an example, like a completely North American Western white person in the picture Batman, I feel no connection to that because I'm not white and I'm not Western, right? But to see somebody African or of African descent placed in such a depiction, again, when I say we haven't seen it we haven't seen this shit sort of before, we really haven't, right? And that's why it's so. I think it's amazing now because it shows sort of the shift that's happening, right? We're finally able to place ourselves within our favorite works and our favorite worlds, and help like prop ourselves up and what is it? Our future generations in turn, Because legit, like when I was a kid, I wanted to be Batman, right? Like a lot of kids did. So and then just zoom in, like look how good this painting is and the texturing, like the detail. Right? It's not only conceptually like great work, but it's technically really great too, with blending forms, texture blending. It's quite nice. All right, even look at the bricks, the pink bricks. I keep saying this every stream, but Brave really needs to get its zoom feature working, right? But look at the texture in the concrete and the grass. It's quite nice, and you can tell how they painted it. You can see the outlines, right? It's not a black outline; it's a blue outline to blend in with the cape, right? Black outline for the gray pants, right? pink outline. So an understanding of color theory and how to make certain things pop, right? Because that's a trick they don't tell you in art school. In art school, they'll tell you just don't put a fucking outline. But what you realize quickly is if you put an outline of the same tone, just a bit darker, it sort of fits the feel of the outline we get just looking at our own hands and stuff. So, but also look at how nice this blending is and the tone shifts, right? The pinkish tones that are appearing here, right? And then just the pure brown and just, oh man, I really like this part. And just the highlights. Look at this. It's legit crazy. And just the blending in the eyes just to show the wonder, right, that you have as a kid pretending to be Batman, playing as Batman, right? Because I used to dress up as Batman when I was a kid. Hell yeah. I had a Spider-Man costume too, goddamn. That was my shits. So it's great to be able to connect all the work like this, especially if you're not fully Western and you're not white, because of the sort of depictions we haven't seen before. And just like the quality of painting, like look at that. Men's no shadows, fat, right? Like, wow. If you tell me this isn't great, I don't know what the fuck to tell you. Like, look. You can even see the brush strokes. Like, that's one thing I never do, right? Is I never fucking do hair like that. That's what my teachers never told me to do hair like that. But for somebody to pull it effectively, you need some practice, right? And you can see it's a bit different here, but I quite like the brush that was used here to simulate like curly African hair, because I have curly North African hair, and so I just usually legit when I'm painting or whenever it's squiggles, I just squiggle like my lines like in circles, because like it sort of gets to that look, like I'm not gonna lie. So it's great. And then just, oh man, the blue, look at that blue. I mean, just in a bag of candy, right? You got the lollipop. We didn't even talk about the lollipop, right? Like it's just like literally when Terrell says black joy and wonder, right? It's like the child joy that you have. Like, you know, I'm Batman as a child. It's great. It's again, it's work that we haven't seen before, and so it just, even the perspective is quite good. I mean, the perspective is really good here. Here's a bit, it's a bit weird, but I think it's just the shading. So otherwise, it's like so good. Come on, Brave, you're zooming in. Just look at it. Bruh. This is 4,800 by 6,000 pixels. That's huge. iPad Pro power. Hell yeah. Like, look at that. Look at the blending. Those who can blend digitally very well amaze the fuck out of me, I'm not gonna lie. Like, I'm not gonna even cat straight up. Like, I don't even, like, Billy, the art director of Metakey, showed me a few calls, because he does, like, concept art and stuff, right? But even then, I'm just, like, amazed at some of the shit some people are able to pull. Just the fabric. Fabric is really hard to paint. It's easy to draw, it's very hard to paint, and so the folds and stuff, man, it's great. I'm just gonna, holy fuck, Brave. It's like you click on thing and it just zooms into the, I'm gonna zoom in on the eyes one last time and just look how good this is. My god. I just, oh, and then the highlights, oh. I mean, I think if anybody listening to this has heard the artist with the artist talk with Lorna Phineas, I brought up the point where it's like I literally had to go ask her in my in my own university class, like, yo, how do I paint skin tones darker than mine, because it's so, they don't teach you that shit in school, and so this is pure like skill and exercise and practice, because you do not learn how to paint darker skin tones. And if you go to a store to get, I guarantee, if you go to an oil paint store, well, not an oil paint store, but if you go to an art store and you look at their oil paints, a lot of places have started selling skin tone paints. All you're gonna find are pinkish and a lot of white skin tones, barely any black and brown skin tones. I don't know why. I don't think it's just people aren't putting in the research, I guess, or whatever the fuck. But it's a big indicator of skill and practice, just because you literally you don't get taught. It's just one of those things that's overlooked in art school. And I remember I brought it up in spaces as well. Like, what is it? People neglected the black and brown bodies for so long. Like, it was built for such light skin tones that up until a certain point, that's why like black and brown people like appear so weird in really old photos, because they were never accounted for in the development of films and how light reflects off their skin. So it's wild. So this was Joy. We're gonna look at the next one, Dead End Job. So this was Dead End Job, inspired by Kanye West's song Spaceship and his unreleased album, Good Ass Job. This work is a sobering depiction of the workforce, and whoever buys this will receive a hand-printed signed print. So congratulations to Dalcio. They got a TERRELL 101 and a TERRELL 101 in real life. Yo, Red Scanner, welcome to the chat. How's it going, G? Looking at TERRELL's work. I don't know if you've seen him on Twitter, but this is the man's really great artist. Really great artist. Yo, thanks, man. I really appreciate it, man. I really do. It means a lot. Hope you're enjoying the stream. For real, it brings me joy when people say that. So this is Dead End Job. Alright, it's utilizing the Kanye sort of like, I think it's a teddy bear, right? But also like mascot in one of the album covers, right? Because he does have it in the Graduation album. Not Graduation, Kanye's first album. Right. But it's the character that he's used. College Dropout. This one, right? It might not be. Actually, no, it's not. Well, sort of. I guess so. It means, yeah, man, this stuff reminds me of old Kanye stuff. Hey, yo, it means, yeah. Oh, wow. It just... It's... I'm a big fan of TERRELL's work. It's sort of like the work that you sort of need in like popular culture right now, you know? It just... Otherwise, like, you're missing out on a whole, like, sort of, not a subculture, but like an art movement that's just appearing, you know, and going up, so. And it just, again, right, the utilization of Kanye West's mascot in Dead End Job, right, that shows influence, takes in pop culture into account, right, because how big Kanye is, like, internationally in the American populace, right, and just... Even the utilization of the eyes, right? It's like my favorite. I think the work is extremely successful because of the eyes, also because of how the colorfulness, I guess, if you would, of the eyes already tell you that this person has ideas and thoughts and dreams or like goals, but they're unable to achieve them. They're going through post-graduation, yeah. Exactly. And so it's just... Yeah, I think it's great. Just because it's also like playing off the colors and the color play that Kanye utilized in what is it? His graduation album, right? Because I like how you mentioned post graduation, right? Because it's look how colorful. Well, color? Gotta get that. Right, like Takashi Murakami when he do this, like, look at that. Yo, we got it hands down. Hey. Yo, listen. Yo, Red. You know, bro. You know. Red knows. Red fucking knows, man. God damn. There we go. God damn. Holy shit. Shit like this, like legitimately, when you can go into a real life album by a famous artist and see that the eye used, the eye color and the pattern used is exactly the same, and it shows you where like Terrell got his inspiration from as well. I wonder if this bear can be a cheerleader during the bear market. Fuck. I mean, I guarantee you, his bear market is any bear market is far better than his job. Shit. And like Loki, right? From this far, you actually the eye color changes. It sort of looks red and green. So when you zoom in, it's like it's the blue that shows up. It's good, and then I also like the fact that it has no mouth, right? Because the workplace silences you and takes away your voice. Um, his character also has no mouth, but in the context of the dead end job, the absence of a mouth still speaks multitudes, regardless if it's from the character or not, right? You can just tie that to the workplace immediately. And also the tie, right? Look how like it's not tucked in, it's not perfect tie, right? It shows you the person is worn down. It's like the work visually is able to communicate everything so successfully. It's actually great. Yeah, like work like this that is able to tell the story without no words. You just like look at the what is it? The the title, right? He does mention Kanye West, right? But without that, right? Without thinking of the description, just looking at that, you understand what this is talking about immediately. And so it's like his visual storytelling is quite nice. And also, we gotta appreciate how nice this background is. Look at them textures, and then sort of like a somewhat like cast shadow, sort of like a is great. It is great. Even the bear texture too. It's just I was trying to paint. I was doing practice for one of the paintings I'm working on. I was trying to paint a bird to represent Thoth, and I was fucking struggling like a motherfucker digitally just to get the texture of feathers. I was like, oh my god, this is horrible. And so to get any sort of like fur or like feather texture, it's hard. It's hard, and to blend it too, it's quite hard. Um, but yeah, we will move on to the next one, which is Hit My Jack. Now, I had looked at this earlier. We can't really just like talk about this in depth, like this specific piece. However, it's sort of the same elements of pop culture that he's utilizing in Dead End Job with Kanye, and to some extent the Batman sort of thing, right? Because it is in mainstream popular culture. So this work is inspired by Black Street culture in the 90s, early 2000s, and if anybody's been paying attention to fashion in general, right? black culture from the 90s has fully inspired fashion to this day, right? Like, I remember getting fucking Nikes and shit, and like their design had been changed completely because of the look of like Jordans and the shoes that coming out at the time, and so it's just like 90s as a streetwear culture was fucking wild, and so this is just inspired by that, and it just you see the fucking big ass phone that you see in movies. Um, I don't think I've never seen one of these utilized in real life, but I do remember like rotary phones and the old school. Like, I distinctly remember the day my dad got the old school Nokia. I remember that day like it was fucking yesterday. Because he had a cover for it that had like tiger print or some shit. It was fucking wild. And so this is a bit older. But I've seen, even personally, I've seen like the sort of flipped bandana and stuff. And so it is fully, this one is a bit more tied towards black culture, not black and brown culture, but it's still very successful. And then I like sort of like the figure child, well, not childlike, but just the sort of cartoon like exaggeration of the figure. It really fits the style. Like, well, it really fits TERRELL style. First of all, it also fits like this. It's like a weird sort of caricature, like funky, like comic like style that's been evolving within like what is it? Like, not black culture per se, but like a certain part of like, I guess, black street culture, right? Just how figures are depicted, and so it's utilizing that. Like, I mean, just like a go 80s and 90s New York was basically the second Harlem Renaissance. I agree. I don't actually fully know what the Harlem Renaissance is, but I do agree that what is it? The 80s and 90s in New York were like foundational international. Like, we're not gonna beat around the bush. The 80s and 90s, literally are foundational and like life changing. Fuck it. Internationally, Harlem Renaissance was an intellectual and cultural revival of African music, dance, art, fashion, theater, centered in Harlem, Manhattan, New York City, spanning 1920s and 1930s. Okay. I'm trying to see if I... Here, let's go to music. Okay. Anyway... Socially, the traditional jazz band was composed. Okay. Yeah, because I sometimes listen to a lot... Well, I don't listen to a lot of jazz, actually, from the 20s and 30s, but I listen to a lot of jazz from the 40s and 50s, and so... It's actually crazy. I need to look into the Harlem Renaissance more. I'm gonna keep this open for later research. Go, sick ass style though. I do like the style. I mean, New York has been foundational. Pretty much, yeah, jazz was rap back then. It was the rap, yeah, man, jazz back then, it was crazy. Jazz back then, like when I listened to it, it's like such a different vibe. When did the Ink Spots? When did they start putting stuff out? 1930. So after the 30s are counted in the Harlem Renaissance, but I guess, where are they from? New York? No. Oh, hey. I have a record by them, actually. I bought a fucking $2 record that I found in a store. I was like, holy shit, we gotta get in this. Because I'm a big fan of the Ink Spots ever since I played, what is it? Fallout New Vegas? No, Fallout 3, like, fuck it, 6, 7 years ago? Yeah, man, it's it's foundational. I mean, and I keep saying it's foundational, but it's like I'm the sort of person that actually listens to the ink spots like a lot, and I fuck with them a lot. And Red actually, what is it? Red? I'll send you a link. I think I found. I remember I was on Internet Archive and I stumbled upon like a 1918, 1920 recording like a Japanese jazz, and it sounds like the 1930s 1920s jazz exactly from America, but with the Japanese, like, Japanese vocals on it, and it's like the weirdest, wildest thing, but it's so cool. I'll send it to you on Internet Archive. It's fucking, it's wild. I guess you caught me by surprise how far it had spread, right? It's like, actually, to think about the magnitude of jazz, blues, and now rap, and then to some extent even, right, to tie TERRELL's work, like fashion and streetwear, like, it's crazy how foundational it is. Like, man, shoes are forever changed because of Jordans and fucking Yeezys now. Although I've never owned a Yeezy, and I probably never will because I can't afford that shit. And it's a low key not my vibe. I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm like a Vans Converse guy at heart. uh, but it's just like I do like Jordans. Jordans do look cool, and Jordans are found like holy fuck, people. People in buttfuck Egypt love Jordans, right? And so Nike, right? They're the ones that sort of established the Jordan brand, helped it get established. And so it's like, again, this this work really speaks to the, and it's a quite a nice. Well, it speaks to the black street culture in the '90s, but it's also a nice homage to the black culture to the black street culture in the '90s. It's very nice. Then white signature right over there. You can't see it because it's covered by the Metakey sign and the little black backdrop there, but there's a little signature in white over there, and then just nice, like, sort of olive, like not high, light olive green, I guess. Or like avocado green. Sort of looks like avocado green. I'm not gonna lie. Hold on, I gotta double check if night mode is on. I don't think so. Is night mode on? No. So this is Hit My Jack. We're gonna go into Fresh Off the Lot. I believe this is one of the last 3 works he minted. I think, yeah. So this is Fresh Off the Lot 2021, and the first piece from a series titled You Make Me Feel Like a Crash, that the series explores beauty and destruction. This work is meant to epitomize the feeling of self-sabotage. And so, you know how we do it in here? We hit the IPFS, and we always zoom in, because that's how you know if a work is good or not. Well, yeah, I mean, like, not all the time, unless it's like if you're doing like GAN works, right? You can't know, right? Unless you have a beefy computer, you can't get quality. So, hello, Mr. IPFS, are you gonna load? There we go. Yo. Hold on a damn minute. What the hell? Yo, these clouds are insane. Legit, these clouds are fucking, like, these smoke clouds. Like, look, there's like purple and like a green hue. Like, what? Like dark, like a pinkish purplish. And then a sort of green hue from the background. It's actually wild. And then, like, we haven't zoomed in yet, right? And then, right? The Jordans. We were just speaking of Jordans, right? So, Jordans are known for their little shoe thing. I guess the sole. Right. And then he has a bag over his head. again, so this work is an epitome to the self like destructive nature of the artist, and then we zoomed in. Escalade. I guess that's a car type. I'm not good with cars. But you can see like his skill get better. And shading and forms, right? Like, right? Well, this is not a full good example, but you can see the shading. Not the faces here is really rendered well, but like the arms here compared to something like this are, you know, better. And so you can see him get better. Like his skill is advancing. He's practicing. You know, a good sense of foreshortening is happening with the shoes. That the perspective actually works, right? And the image reads well, as a sort of thing, or well, not a thing, as a work that is talking about self-destruction, right? Because you know, if you're normally painting a car crash, right, you wouldn't paint the person sitting there by the side of the car with a bag over their head and the floor next to them. No, they're just like, you know, somebody's helping them, or they're in the car burning, right? And so to have the figure sitting next to them, it's already like, you know, is the figure given up, right? And then the car is on fire, but the car hasn't crashed into anything, right? And then you get this little thread, you know, like, is this something that was used to light the fire originally, right? And then you tie that with a phone and the paper bag, and you get like, is this person ashamed? Because their eyes, their gaze is not, first of all, not, it's not there for it to meet our eyes. It's subverted away from us, right? And moreover, it's hidden. And usually when somebody puts a mask over their face, right, they're trying to hide something, anonymity, their feelings, you know, their their sense of shame or whatever. And so the bag with a smiley face upside down, right, it tells you, oh, this person's not feeling well, but they're ashamed, sort of, like we can't look them in the eye. And so it's just, at first it looks like a, holy fuck, right? At first it looks like a cool, oh, like a nice illustrative work, but once you like zoom in and you look at the at the details, and you look deeper at the figures and stuff, you can see what's actually going on. And man, I gotta say, this fire is banger. Like, low-key, I'm not gonna lie. Fire is quite hard to paint at times, and so, what is that, lava? I guess maybe that is lava. Or maybe like molten plastic. Just look how like the metal is on the tires, right? I guarantee you within a year, his this metal right here, right here, no, sorry, right here, will look as good and as realistic as this metal in this section right here, because this looks very realistic, right? And even this part right here looks extremely realistic, and so, yo, I mean, it's great work. And just go back, yeah, 7,200 by 5,400. That's a lot of pixels. I almost fucked up the numbers there. I'm not good with numbers at all. But like, god damn. And then just again, like the perspective is quite nice. You can see the back of the car a little bit with the shadow, right? And then the trees in the background and the smoke. I don't know what the fuck happened to this car, dude, but goddamn, Terrell, what you do to this car? Again, it's a great work for real. When I look at work like this, and I'm able to understand the story of what's going on, and I start asking questions, that's, first of all, you can't see the smile that's on my face, but that's when a smile starts to like creep up on my face, because I'm in the work. I'm right there next to the artist, like, yo, what you doing? What you doing? Who's this person? Why is he like this? You know, like, who hurt you? Why? I gotta know. You know, and it's like, if you're asking questions, the work is successful, right? immediately. Like I'm already there, right? If the work wasn't successful, I'd be like, okay, 3 seconds, gotta move on to the next work, right? I wouldn't even have chosen it because my eyes would have looked at it and already been like, cool, bye. That ain't it, G, right? This, I mean, goddamn, look how nice this car is, and I'm I'm looking at it at my second monitor, and it's like it low key from a distance feels a bit like a picture or like a hyper realistic painting. Like for a smaller size, it actually looks insane. Like goddamn. So that's why you got. I meant always looking at works from multiple distances. You'll see what, even as an artist, it will help you understand what's working, what's not, when to stop with your brushwork, what's readable, what's not. Because from a distance, you realize, oh, I don't need to go into that much detail. Um, if the viewer isn't gonna be that far, or isn't gonna get that close, you're like, I don't need to add that much detail, right? Because they're never gonna get that close to notice that lack of detail, and from a distance, there's enough detail already to fill everything. So it's crazy. We will. Sorry, I was gonna say we will move on to the next work, but I had to zoom in on the fire real quick one more time. Like, even look at the mirror and the shadow of the mirror, yo. Like, that's goddamn. And the fucking. Just the door panels. Ah. I know from experience painting fire is hard because I've painted it and I had to restart one of my paintings because of it. Like in university. So this is a happy place. A happy place 2020 is the second piece of the series titled "You Make Me Feel Like I Crashed." This series explores beauty and destruction. This work explores like the juxtaposition in finding a place for friendship and comfort in an abandoned shop and a rusty abandoned car. And it's sort of, I mean, immediately you sort of get the feeling of what is it? Not urban discovery. What the hell is it called when? Urban Explorer is it? I think it's called actually urban. You know those who break into like vaults, not vaults, like well actually I like underground bunkers and shit, and urban exploration. And so this sort of plays onto urban exploration, but a little bit where it's like you find, you know, the decaying urban stuff, you know, as you're driving alongside the highway, right? I know these are highway signs. I've been in the West for a while. I know what these are. All right, but it's the sort of thing that you see, like, you know, an abandoned home, an abandoned gas station, you know, sort of urban decay or signs of it alongside the road. And you know, a lot of times they're abandoned, they're tagged, right? You know, and so this work is literally depicting like and showing the time of like when people come together in a place that's abandoned, right? And itself, like juxtaposition means like two things that are complete opposite together at the same time, and they sort of like in artistic works, the juxtaposition like helps aid the work. Like their presence is building on top of each other thematically and conceptually, that the work is just like, okay, getting strengthened, right? And being built foundations on like left to right. And so here it's just literally in a place that's abandoned, that's left, nobody's touched it. People are coming together and they're, you know, they're having fun, they're creating bonds of friendship together in this place that, you know, isn't owned by anybody. It's neglected, in fact, right? And so again, Terrell's like visual storytelling ability just is like spot on, right? Because he'll tell you the description, you look at it, you're like, okay, I mean, I sort of understand what's happening here, yo. Like, you know, two bikes. Hey, yo, girl, you wanna go? I'm gonna tag some shit. Yo, let's go. She's chilling on the car, listening to music, and dude just, you know, doing his thing. Smiley face, right? And the smiley face is also tying the series together. A happy place, right? Well, not a happy place, but like the character. It's sort of tying the same character in each piece. So again, like very successful work. A sort of world is being built, right? Where this like I don't want to like try to read into much into the world because there's literally what, two pieces about the series, right? But like the sort of something is being established. We're seeing a recurring presence of a symbol, right? And that's the smiley face. And so I think it's just great. Like, oh my god. Whoa, bro. Like just to get the rust and the blue. Holy shit. Just, you know, the car has no seats, fully like stripped, right? No wheels. Literally oh, oh, yo, you gotta be fucking kidding. Yeah. No, I told you he's getting better. What did I just say? I said, yeah, I guarantee you, like, you know, he's gonna get better. Oh my god. That's actually insane. Look how, like, I know it's like a weird thing to be like, oh yeah, holy shit, it looks amazing, but I mean, holy shit, it really does look amazing. Wow. Just the texture, yeah, the texture and the shadows. Even the bike, like, it's got some light shadows under it, you know, it stands out. And then that's like one long brush stroke. Another long brush stroke. God damn. Okay, okay, I see you, Terrell. I see you. I'm gonna drink some water. My mouth is feeling very dry. I don't know why. Every time I do these streams, my mouth just gets fucking dry as hell. Right, like basic shape of the wheel, jagged lines. That's all you need, and then just the texture brush gives you the rough texture of the rubber on the street, right? And just dots to give you the light effect of you know, like the, I don't know, the cuts in the wheels or whatever that make them like off off-road bikes, right? And you can see it's like a difference in two different people, right? Two different types of character, because one wheel is like jagged and then one wheel is not, right? And so and you immediately see it in the figure, right? One is music in her own world, listening, you know, sipping on that fucking milkshake, I guess. And man's is, I think that's Terrell, actually. That might be Terrell. Well, like we know that's, these are depictions of Terrell, sort of, right? Like the hair here specifically. If you see a picture of Terrell, you're like, hey, that might be Terrell. So, but yeah, look how readable and like nice these figures are, and then the reflected light because of the yellow and the desert, right? And then the shoes, right? Shoes always with the sick kicks, right? I mean, then just like, you know, the tagging and graffiti, just oh. Right in here, let's zoom in on the background. I'm curious what the sky. This is some like landscape painterly shit right there. What the fuck? Look at this. Look how nice and textured this is. This is actually insane. And then just the building in there. Oh wow. And then a little building over there as well. And then the mountains. And his perspective is also getting a lot better. Like, holy shit, bruh. Like, I'm legitimately surprised by like the difference of like, man, his skill is getting good quite fast. Like, even just sliding and everything, bro. And just again, like I'm very surprised by Like this is oh my god, this is fucking insane. Legit, for somebody to be able to paint that, oh my, holy shit, that's actually fucking wild. No cap, no cap. This is pure fucking skill. If somebody's able to paint that like this, you know they're a really good painter. Because this is hard. I'm not even. I'm not gonna like. I'm not lying. I'm not exaggerating. So legit, like holy shit, Terrell. And then just a girl sitting, chilling, right, with the socks, and with the hands and shit. And you can see like none of the eyes are meeting the viewer, right? She's looking off to the side of the viewer, like side of you, like yeah, what's that over there? Right? And the character is busy spray painting the happy world. I mean, man, great fucking work. Great fucking work. Also, so I'm pretty sure Terrell is actually sold out on all his shows. Yeah, Terrell is sold out completely. Hey, hell yeah, get that reserve price. I mean, yeah, he's. Oh, actually, no. Yeah, he is. There, he's sold out. He's pretty much sold out. Goddamn. And he has a split as well. Oh wow, that's also sold out. That's crazy. All right, so we're gonna look at the last work for this stream. So this is actually a series that he's dropping, and so I thought might as well just like show you guys the video for it. So I will go on mute. Yeah, we'll watch the video. Well, you sort of can't see the. I'll disable the backdrop, and then yeah, I'll just disable. I'll be silent for a minute. That's what ended his. So that was it. I when I saw this, I was like, damn, this is pretty fucking cool. And I think the first piece is released. So birthday boy. Yeah, let me put the music back on. There we go. Hey, okay, calm down, Carpenter Root. Shit. But this is released and got. So this is Birthday Boy. 2021 is the first installment of the Joy and Wonder series. The Joy half and the Wonder half each have their own distinct feel. The Joy portion of the series is inspired by nostalgic feelings and bringing more black joy and art. I want these pieces to heal and make people feel good instantly just by looking at them. The Wonder pieces are inspired by children's imaginations, being so vast and uncorrupted like ours are. Going through life, we get told things are impossible and then lose our flame. But children often think anything is possible. I want to explore my inner child and everyone else along the way and find the flame again. Birthday Boy is the perfect piece to start off the joy portion. Birthdays and holidays as a child felt more important than anything to me. They were magical. Growing up, I feel that I, along with others, have lost the same excitement and joy, and I want this piece to bring smiles to faces and to find that magical feeling again. So, you know how it be? We're gonna hit the IPFS. But yeah, it's like, is there anything else to say? I mean, the work has pretty much explained itself, like very well, and just all I can point out, right, is, you know, the money that you get on your birthday that you get excited for, right? The gift, like when I was a kid, I used to get excited for the new Kindle because I would be like, "Hey, I'm older now. I'm an adult, mom," and then she'd be like, "No, you're not." I'm like, "I'm 8, mom. Let me stay on my own. I'm an adult." No, right? The cool little like fancy straws, and then yeah, they're like the birthday straws, and then the, like I don't know what you call these, but when you blow in them, they whistle, and like it blows out like a snake tongue or whatever the fuck, right? And so it's just again like he's really says like he wants this piece to bring a smile directly to your face because it really does bring a smile to your face, and then you know the same sort of smiley face right here and here, right? It's showing you that it's the same character but a younger age, right? The balloon is like maybe this is how he got introduced to that sort of figure on his 7th birthday, right? We don't know that, but I mean, like it's in a balloon, and now he's in 2 other works when he's an adult, he's spray painting it. It's on a bag, right? It shows like part of the character and his character, and then just again we gotta zoom in on like yo, tell me this isn't fucking amazing. Look how good this is. Look at the shading. Like man, he's when I say he's getting good fast, he really is getting good really fast. It's just wild. Like, and one of my favorite things, like it's a constant in Terrell's work, is just how cool the eyes look and how good they look too. It's just a good sense of foreshortening, a good sense of depth, right? And just big eyes to show the wonder of a child and the joy of a child too, right? And then the fade with the hair, right? Your birthday haircut, right? You know how being in the birthday hat, it just man, and then the cake with the strawberries. Hey, that cake does look delicious. I'm not gonna lie. Then he just outlined a lot. He outlined it in a way that gives it like a sort of cartoon feel, right? Like that cartoon joy, like the cake itself, you know. Because like as a child, you always looked at a cake as like, yo, it's my birthday cake. It's mine. I get to get the biggest piece, you know. And so work like that legitimately brings a smile to my face. I think Terrell is extremely successful in that, and just again to for black kids and brown kids to see a figure like this and they can instantly insert themselves in this work and relate to this figure, it just it helps, and it's sort of like it's the same thing where we tie ourselves to like anime characters and our favorite art pieces. It allows them to tie themselves to these pieces instead of other ones, right? And that's the sort of identity that's being built currently in this space, and it's just I recommend everybody fucking look and pay attention because you don't want to miss this work when it's being produced, and you don't want to be one of the dudes like, oh man, I wish I was there when this was being put out currently, because this is being put out currently, and it's insane. And so don't miss, like yo, look how good, like I'm telling you, his fabrics are getting good, his everything, like holy fuck. uh it's crazy. It's crazy. Again, hopefully you guys enjoyed this artwork breakdown. I really did. I fucking I always enjoy these streams, but looking at Terrell's work is always a joy, and then trying to breaking it down and zooming in and all that jazz through the IPFS is, man, you get such a deeper level of appreciation to the work. So I recommend go give him a follow. Go tell him, your work is great. Go bid on his work if you can. Support the artist. Um, he's a great artist in the space, and I keep saying this a lot about a lot of the people, like where it's like it's gonna be foundational shit, but I legitimately believe that a lot of the artists in this space are gonna be foundational canon artists in the next 10 to 20 years. And so yeah, go follow him and go buy his art. And, yeah, again, hopefully you guys enjoyed the stream. If you enjoyed it and you want to get in contact with me, you can tag me in the Metakey Discord and the Duat residency channel over there, and I'll respond to you. Or you can tag me at Anubis3100 over on Twitter, and I'll respond to you over there. I'm pretty responsive. And Yeah, yo, red scanner, or to those wondering, cyber Catholic, yo, or Catholic. Fuck, I can't read. I'm pretty sure I'm dyslexic. Like high key, I'm very sure I'm dyslexic. But yo, Red, thank you for coming in, man. I always appreciate your insights, and I actually gotta talk to you a little bit more. We haven't talked in a while, so I gotta catch up with you in DMs. But again, thanks for coming in. I appreciate your kind words, and I appreciate support, man. And also, everybody go follow Red Scanner on Twitter. He's one of those foundational artists I'm talking about. They're gonna be in art canon history in 10 to 20 years, not joke. But yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed the stream, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.